now. It's December 25th today, Saturday. Very quickly, just to remind everyone what STARS stands for. It stands for Students Taking Action and Responsibility, which is what you all are doing, inshallah. Okay. So moving on to our icebreaker. We have a question here that says, what was the happiest day of your life? Or it could just be a day that you really enjoyed or a day that you really liked. I see that Anwar, I see that you raised your hand. Go ahead.
The happiest day of my life was probably when I was on a vacation to New York.
Really? Why was that? Why is that?
Hmm?
Why is that the happiest day of your life? Did you do anything fun, or were you with your family? What made it nice?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, just me and my mom just drove around New York and see what it looked like.
That's nice. That's really nice. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Next, you can go ahead, Aisha.
When I saw my big brother for the first time.
Oh, that's so nice. That was the happiest day of your life?
Yes.
That's nice. Thank you for sharing, Aisha. Yes, go ahead, Nadira. I see your hand raised.
The happiest day of my life was when I got my new cool pajamas.
Really? That's really nice. What do your cool pajamas look like?
They look like a gray cat.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you for sharing, Nadira. How about Abdullah?
Okay, the best day of my life was when I went to New York with my dad.
That's nice. What did you do there?
I really don't know. I just was sleeping, and then after that, every night my dad comes into the room.
But you enjoyed it, right?
Yes.
That's
but
really
it was
good.
a little annoying.
Yeah, that's okay. But as long as you had fun, that was the happiest day of your life. So that's good. All right, so looks like everyone shared now. Thank you everyone for sharing. And so we're just gonna go over our rules quickly. So the first one is be on time. So if it starts at 2, everyone should be here at 2. Abdullah, can you go ahead and read the second rule?
Okay. Find a quiet place and stay muted as needed.
Yes, so thank you. So you just have to make sure you're always muted so everyone can focus, but if you're called or if your name is called, you unmute yourself. Okay. Aisha, can you go ahead and read the next one?
Identify yourself.
Yes, identify yourself. So make sure everyone has their name on their account so we can know who you are. And then next one, Nadira, can you read the next one?
Be respectful.
We're on the one before that.
Be seen.
Be seen, So we need everyone to have their cameras on so we can see your lovely faces and so we can know that you're paying attention with us. Okay. So Anwar, last one, please. Can you read the last one?
Pencil inside my book. Where'd it go?
Be respectful.
Respectful. So just make sure whenever someone else is talking, you're listening, you're not talking over them, and you only say kind things to each other. All right, so we're gonna move on to our big life journal. So all of you can go ahead and get your big life journal. And you're gonna open to page 27. Can everyone give me a thumbs up or tell me when they have it open? Okay, everyone is opened up to the page. Okay, I see Aisha. All right, so I'm hoping everyone is open to the page. It should be page 27. And so we're talking about how mistakes help you grow. So mistakes are a very important part of growing and learning. A lot of people don't like making mistakes, or they think that they're not doing something correctly because they're making mistakes, but mistakes only help you. So mistakes help you grow. So let's read part 1 here. It's normal to be afraid of falling. Almost everyone is afraid. It's normal to be afraid of failing. Almost everyone is afraid to fail at some point. But what if you see your failures and mistakes differently? Not as things to fear, but as experiences that help you grow and eventually succeed. All right, so we're gonna move to the next page. It says, ask your journal buddy about a mistake they recently made and what they learned from it. And then think about a time when you made a mistake or failed at something and describe what happened. So you're gonna write on the line. We can leave the journal buddy part, but on the lines, you're gonna write about a time that you made a mistake or failed at something, and you just write about what happened. And in the next part, you're gonna write, what can you learn from this experience? So what did it teach you? What did that mistake teach you? So you can all take 3 minutes. I'll give you all 3 minutes and you can go ahead and answer that question. If you have any questions, you can just raise your hand or unmute yourself.
Excuse me, can I just write one thing on the line? Or I have to write multiple stuff on the line?
Yeah, you can just write one thing.
Okay. Sorry, but I have another question. Do we have to what's it called? Do we have to describe what happened?
Yeah, you can just quickly describe it. It doesn't have to be a lot of sentences. Just quickly say what happened. I'm hoping everyone is done now. If not, you can keep working while someone else shares with us. So who's ready to share what they wrote? Okay, Aisha, I see you raising your hand. Go ahead.
All I remember when I was in a soccer game and I was not paying attention and the other team scored.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that I should always pay attention.
Excellent. That's a great lesson to learn. So you were playing soccer, and while you weren't paying attention, the other team scored, and you learned that you should pay attention more so that you can stop the other team from scoring, right? Okay, excellent. Thank you for sharing, Aisha. Abdullah, are you ready? Okay, you can share. You can go ahead if you're ready.
I mistakenly pressed enter on my math test.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then what happened after that?
After that, I got 72 and I needed to go back.
Okay, and then, so what did you learn from that?
I should always pay attention before I press stuff.
Yeah, like pay attention to the questions and make sure you're finished before you press enter. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great thing to learn from that. Thank you for sharing, Abdullah. Anwar, can you turn on your camera, please? And are you ready to share with us?
I'm trying to think of one, but it's still too hard. to think
Okay, you want me
about.
to come back to you? I can come back to you and go to Nadira for now, okay? You can keep thinking about it. Okay, Nadira, you can go ahead.
I will about a time I failed my math test
Mm-hmm.
and I learned that I needed to practice.
And
Excellent. So what you learned was that you need to do more practice to get better, right? Yeah, excellent. That's great. Thank you for sharing, Nadira. Anwar, were you able to think of anything, Anwar?
No.
Can you think of any time that you made a mistake? We all make mistakes. I'm sure there's a time that you just made a small mistake or something didn't go out the way you wanted it to. Anything? Okay, if you think of something, you can raise your hand and let us know. But we're gonna keep moving on for now. So the lesson from here is that mistakes are proof that you're trying. So you don't have to worry too much about mistakes. You only make mistakes when you're actually trying. So if you're making mistakes, it's proof that you're trying and you're doing a good job and you need to keep going. So next is a quick break. I'll give you all about 1 minute. Since we just finished our activity, you can all take 1 minute and
try again
after that we'll come back.
to finished. And what can you learn from this experiment? To try again.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for sharing. And our 1 minute break is over now. So we're gonna move on to body systems like we've been talking about for the past, in all of our past sessions. So body systems.
Can I read all of them? Oh, huh?
Okay, go ahead. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to read all of it. Muscular system, skeletal system. Yes, skeletal system, nervous system, respiration system.
Respiratory system.
Huh?
Respiratory system.
Respiratory system. Digestive system. Excretorial
Urinary.
Huh?
Excretory / urinary system.
Excretory / urinary system.
Mm-hmm. The
Here,
last one.
here,
Circulatory.
oh yes, circular, tory / cardiovascular.
Mm-hmm. Cardiovascular system. Thank you so much, Abdullah, for reading. So yes, these are our body systems. These are not all of them, but these are some of our body systems. And we've talked about the muscular system and skeletal system already, which, if you all remember, makes up the musculoskeletal system. And so today we're moving on to the nervous system. And like you just heard Abdullah read, thank you for reading those for us. So we're going to start talking about the nervous system. So the nervous system from this picture, you can see consists of our brain, our spinal cord, and our nerves, and also our senses are a big part of our nervous system. As you can see, our sight, our hearing, our sense of smell and sense of touch, and our taste. These are all parts of our nervous system that we're going to learn about today. Okay, so we're going to watch a quick video about 1 minute that is going to talk about our senses. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do a quick activity from that video. So it just talked about our senses and how our nervous system works with the information that our body gets from those systems and responds to those messages. So we're going to do a quick activity here. I'm going to go one by one. And let me start with Nadira. Are you ready to answer? So you can choose any one of the senses here. Okay, is that you, Nadira, that wrote I? Okay, go ahead, Nadira. Which one do you want to do? You're doing the tongue, Nadira? Let me help you write it.
T.
Okay, so Nadira, can you tell us what does the tongue do?
Eat stuff and talk.
Mm-hmm. And when it's eating, what can it sense when it's eating? When you're eating something that tastes good, you can taste the delicious taste, right? Yeah. Okay, so can you give me an example of something that you might taste when you're eating?
You might taste sweetness.
Yeah, like ice cream or cake, right?
Uh,
All All right, good job. Thank you for sharing, Nadira. Okay, Aisha, I see that your hand is raised. So go ahead, you can, if you're able to write, you can name one of the organs here. And Anwar, you can go next after Aisha. Okay, yes, that's our sense of touch. Okay, you can, here, let me help you. I'm gonna write hand. Okay, because that's right, it's touch. I just want to mention that that's our hand also. Okay, so what does your hand sense when you,
Like when you touch stuff and like how you feel things.
yeah, I can feel different types of things, right?
Yes.
Okay, what are some things you may be able to feel with your hand when you touch something?
Slime.
Slime, yeah, what else?
A book. You can
Yeah,
touch
a book, anything else?
anything around you, basically.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Those are all right. So yeah, when we touch with our hands, we can feel soft things, hard things, round things. We can feel water when our hands are wet. So thank you for sharing, Aisha. All right, Anwar, go ahead. You can fill in one of them. Anwar, are you ready?
Yes.
You can feel it. Okay, you can go ahead and choose one of them. Are you able to write, Anwar? Okay. All right, so what do our eyes do, Anwar? Can you tell us?
Our eyes let us see things. For example, like see what you're watching on TV, and like if you're if you're building something out of Legos, you can see what the instructions are and what you need to put in on.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. Those are correct. Excellent. Thank you for sharing, Anwar. Abdullah, I see you raising your hand. Go ahead.
I'm gonna do ear.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna do nose. I'm gonna do nose.
All right.
N O S E.
Mhm.
E.
All
Nose.
right. Excellent. All right. So what does our nose do?
It can smell dirty stuff. You can smell, for example, you can smell poop. It can smell ice cream. I don't think ice cream has a scent, but it can smell bubble gum. It can smell air. It can smell perfume. It can
Yeah.
smell new stuff.
Yeah. So pretty much it can smell nice things and things that don't smell too good, right?
And stuff that are just smells bad.
Yeah. All different types of things, like what you mentioned. Thank you for sharing, Abdullah. That was correct. Okay. All right. So our last sense, sense is our sense of hearing, which is from our ears. So each one of you can just tell me something that your ears can hear. So obviously from our ears, we can hear things. So each one of you is just gonna tell me something you can hear. with your ears? Go ahead, Anwar. Just tell me one thing that you can hear with your ears.
Someone, the person you're talking with on the phone.
Excellent. Thank you. Go ahead, Nadira.
You can hear the ice cream truck.
Excellent. Yeah, I know we all like to hear the ice cream truck. Thank you for sharing. Go ahead, Aisha. What's something you can hear with your ears?
You can hear like a bicycle bell or
Yeah,
like music.
yeah, that's right. Thank you for sharing, Aisha. How about you, Abdullah? What's something you can hear with your ears?
You can hear radiation going through the earth. No, you can't hear radiation.
What's
You
something
can
our ears can hear?
you can hear a voice
Yeah, like when someone's talking, right?
in your head, a voice in your head. You are the only one who can hear it.
Okay, how about things that you can hear like around you?
Cars, trains.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, those sounds we can hear them from our ears. Excellent. Thank you for sharing, Abdullah. All right, so we're gonna move on now. Nadira, I see that you're raising your hand. Do you have a question? Okay, all right, we're gonna move on to our next video. Okay. So first question, anyone can raise their hand and answer. What does our nervous system control? Go ahead, Aisha.
Our 5 senses.
Yeah, anything else?
Like how our bodies work.
Yeah, that's correct. Everything you said is correct and more. Our nervous system controls pretty much all the things we do, all the movements we make, and all the things we do. So excellent. Aisha? Okay. Next question is, how many parts of the nervous system are there? And what are they called? I'll have someone answer the first question. How many parts of the nervous system are there? If you remember what the video said. Abdullah, Anwar, Nadira, do you remember?
I think 360.
That's a different number. That's a different number. For our nervous system, it's a really small number actually. For how many parts there are.
8? Is it 8?
It's not 8. I should go ahead.
1.
2.
1.
2.
1 second. You have to make sure you're raising your hand. Aisha, you said 2, right? Okay.
It's 1.
All right, so that's right. We have 2 parts to the nervous system. Does anyone remember what they're called? The 2 parts? Abdullah, you remember what they're called?
I think
Okay, let's see if you remember.
the left nervous system and the brain.
The brain is part of the nervous system. Yeah, that's right. But there's a name for the 2 different types.
Trying to remember.
Okay, while you're thinking, let's see if anyone else can also remember. Anwar, Nadira, Aisha, do you remember the names of the system? All right, that's fine. Let's go over them quickly. So there's the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Those are the 2 main parts. Our central nervous system has our brain and our spinal cord, which is inside our spine. And our peripheral nervous system has the nerves that go all over our bodies. Okay, our last question. How do messages travel throughout our bodies? We have something that's all over our bodies that messages travel through to get around. Does anybody know?
Veins. How about veins?
Okay, you have to make sure you're raising your hand, but it's close. It's not veins, but it does go all over our body just like veins do. Nadira, do you remember what they're called?
Brain.
No, but close. How about you, Aisha?
Nerves.
Nerves. There you go. You were all close. Excellent. So nerves go all over our body, and the messages travel throughout our bodies, all over to send the messages, and they travel through nerves, like you said, Aisha. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do this quick activity based on what you remember from the video and what we've just talked about. So we have 3 parts of the nervous system here. We have nerves, and we have the brain and the spinal cord. One by one, let's put them where they belong. Aisha, I see you raising your hand. You can go ahead and write one of them where they belong. You can choose one and write it where it belongs. Okay, excellent. That's correct, Aisha. Spinal cord is the one that goes straight through our spine. Okay, Nadir, I see that you're raising your hand. Would you like to do another one? You can go ahead and write it if you're able to write.
Can I do one? I didn't do one.
Okay, 1 second, Abdullah. Nadira, are you able to write? If you can write, you can go ahead and write one. Okay, I see that you're trying to write brain up there. Let me help you out, Nadira. Okay, I'm just gonna help you out. Excellent. Good job, Nadira. I just helped you finish it off. Okay, Abdullah, you can go ahead and do the third one.
Okay. Nervous system. N-E. Okay, I'm gonna type it.
It just says nerves. Yeah,
Oh.
so nerves. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. N-E-R. N-E-R-V-E-S. E-S.
He was behind you.
S. Done.
Okay. We're not able to see what you wrote. Did you write nerves?
I did. I'm gonna do it again. N-E-R. Yes. Still can't see it.
All right, that's okay. Let me help you out.
I said Nerves. That's
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much, Abdullah. All right, so let's move on to our next activity. It's another quick activity. So before we move on, you guys all did a good job. Our brain is in our skull. Our spinal cord goes down our back, like you can see, and then the nerves go all over the body to send messages. All right, thank you, everyone. All right, next we just have 5 quick questions. So let me start with you, Anwar, since you didn't do one of the other ones. What is the job of the nervous system, Anwar? Do you know? What does our nervous system do? You can write it or you can just unmute yourself and say it if you know what it does. You want to unmute yourself and tell us what the nervous system does? Anwar? Okay, to control the body. Excellent. It controls everything we do. Like we said, moving, running, eating, sleeping. It controls all of that. Thank you, Anwar. Okay. So Aisha, I can see you raising your hand. You can answer, or you can do the second one. The parts of the nervous system are, what are the parts of the nervous system? The ones that we just did in the picture before, where you filled in the blanks. Do you remember what the parts were? 3 parts. Yes, we have the brain. Okay, one by one. I only want one person to write at a time, so. Okay, excellent job, Aisha. So you have the brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves. All right, excellent. So the third one says the main organ of the nervous system is. So let's see, Nadira. Can you tell us what the main organ is? So as Aisha said, brains, spinal cord, and nerves. Which one is the main one? The control system that controls all the other parts.
The brain.
The brain, excellent. Are you able to write that? Okay. All right, well, you go ahead and write that. We'll move on to number 4. The spine, which is also called the backbone, protects. What does it protect? Let me see. Abdullah. Are you able to answer number 4 for us? The
Yes.
spine, which is also called the backbone, protects the, what does the spine protect?
the back.
What is it called that it protects?
The
We said it before. Look at number 2.
no brain. Spine.
Spinal what?
Spinal cord.
Excellent. Spinal cord. Spinal cord is inside our spine, and our spine protects it. That bone, like we learned in the skeletal system, that's the bone that protects our spinal cord. Okay, you can go ahead and write that.
I can't really write it. I'm just gonna write it down like below 5. Spinal cord. S P.
Okay, you know what? I can help you out since you're not able to write it. Let me help you out. Spinal cord. All right, thank you so much, Abdullah. All right, the last one, Anwar. Can you tell us what is the brain protected by? The brain is protected by the, we learned about this in the skeletal system. What is that bone called that protects our brain? You can write it or you can just say it out loud. The skull, excellent. If you remember from the skeletal system, our skull is very important because it protects our brain that rests inside it. Okay, excellent job. You all did amazing. So we're gonna move on now to the next part. Which is some nervous system disorders. Some issues that may happen to people with their nervous systems. So a lot of these, you can't prevent it. Some of them, it's hard to stop it from happening. And some people are born with these problems, but we have epilepsy, cerebral palsy, Parkinson's disease, and multiple sclerosis. So these nervous system disorders, some of them make it hard for people to focus, or it makes it hard for them to walk or to move because their nerves are not working properly, or causes problems in their brains so they can't think properly. Some people have to use a wheelchair because they can't move properly, or some people's nerves are have issues. And yeah, there's a lot more that goes on with these disorders, and it's not all the time that you can stop it from happening, but there are some things we can do to keep our nervous system healthy in general. So if you all look at the pictures, I think you can guess some things that you should do to help keep your nervous system healthy. So what do you think? I see your hand is raised, Anwar. You want to tell us something you can do to keep your nervous system healthy? Yes, go ahead, Anwar. What's something you can do to keep your nervous system healthy? Tell us one thing.
Something to keep the nervous system healthy is maybe getting sleep and doing some exercise.
Yeah, getting enough sleep and doing exercise.
And does class end in like 2 minutes?
Yeah, it's gonna end very soon. Okay. Thank you, Anwar. Aisha, go ahead. I see you raising your hand. What can you do to keep your nervous system healthy?
You can eat healthy foods.
Yeah, exactly. You can eat healthy foods and make sure you have a balanced diet. Excellent. Thank you. Nadira, can you tell us something that we can do to keep our nervous system healthy?
You can eat vegetables, fruits and vegetables.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Okay, excellent. Yes, you can make sure you eat fruits and vegetables and have a healthy diet. Abdullah, you want to add anything else? Something you can do to keep your nervous system healthy?
You can also exercise for a long time.
Yeah, you can make sure you do a lot of exercise, like riding your bike, running, playing. Those are all ways you can exercise. So excellent job, Abdullah. Like Anwar said, you can make sure you get enough sleep you can exercise, you can make sure you eat a healthy diet, make sure you stay active. All of those things will help your nervous system stay healthy in general. All right, so that brings us to the end of our meeting. And our next meeting is going to be on January 8th next